2024 is going to be a big cinematic year with some truly shocking developments in the movies you've all been waiting for. From big news on the new Alien movie to an update we all needed about Transformers 1, these are the best upcoming movies of 2024. Since its debut in 1955, Harold and the Purple Crayon has been a beloved classic in children's literature. Crockett Johnson's tale celebrates creativity and the boundless power of imagination. Now this cherished story is heading to the big screen as a live-action film starring Zachary Levi, Zooey Deschanel, and Lil Rel Howery. Harold and the Purple Crayon is set to hit theaters on August 2nd, 2024. It will be going head-to-head with M. Night Shyamalan's thriller Trap featuring Josh Hartnett. Initially, the film was supposed to come out on January 27, 2023, but it faced a delay, pushing the release to June 30, 2023, and finally to August 2024. While the original books focus on Harold as a 4-year-old, the movie explores Harold's life as an adult. In this new take, Harold discovers he can transport himself into our world and learns that imagination can sometimes be used for less than good purposes. The journey to bring Borderlands to the big screen has been anything but smooth. We first heard about the movie plans shortly after the success of the first 2 games, but it took quite a while to get off the ground. Now with the movie finally launching this month, we'll see if it was worth the wait. Here's the scoop on the Borderlands movie. Directed by Eli Roth, although there are some behind-the-scenes rumors about that, this long-awaited adaptation of Gearbox's hit video game franchise takes us to the wild and colorful planet of Pandora. It's a place where the chance to strike it rich comes with plenty of life-threatening situations. The story follows a plucky team of heroes on a Guardians of the Galaxy-style adventure, risking everything for some sweet loot, and maybe doing a bit of good along the way. After delays due to reshoots and Lionsgate shuffling its release schedule, Borderlands is now set to hit theaters in the US and the UK on August 9th, 2024. The Alien franchise has grown more epic over the years, with Ridley Scott's recent films, Prometheus 2012 and Alien Covenant 2017, really taking things to the next level. But the newest entry is dialing it back to the roots, bringing back the dark, creepy corridors and practical effects that made Scott's 1979 original so memorable. Directed by Fede Alvarez, Alien Romulus takes place on a nearly deserted space station visited by a group of young colonists. Played by Kaylee Spaney, Priscilla, David Johnson, Rylane, and others. Alvarez described the film to Total Film as a survival horror, much like the first one. He promises that whether you're a longtime fan or new to the franchise, you'll enjoy it. While it's a standalone story, it's packed with nods to every previous film. Look out for it in theaters starting August 16th. The Crow is making a comeback 3 decades after Alex Proyas' 1994 classic. After being stuck in development limbo for 15 years, the reboot is finally set to hit screens, and we've got some exciting updates on the cast and story. Bill Skarsgård will take on the iconic role, bringing a fresh, modern twist to the dark revenge tale from James O'Barr's 1989 graphic novel. With the release date drawing near, fans got a sneak peek at San Diego Comic-Con. The exclusive clip shows Draven attacking a moving SUV in his quest for vengeance. Despite being shot and run over by a semi-truck, Draven's relentless spirit shines through as he keeps crawling after his enemies, showcasing his invincibility. The reboot has been a long time in the making, with principal photography wrapping up in September 2022. It's now set to premiere on August 23, 2024. The buzz is building for Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut, Blink Twice. Formerly known as Pussy Island, this R-rated thriller stars Channing Tatum in a story that promises to be both unsettling and thought-provoking. From the looks of the trailer and early previews, the R rating seems spot on for its intense plot and mature themes. Entertainment Weekly just released new images that add even more intrigue. One shows Tatum chatting with Kravitz by the pool, while another captures Naomi Ackie and Adria Arjona enjoying themselves at a poolside bar. There's also a shot of Tatum embracing his dark side, and several other images highlight the star-studded cast. These teasers don't reveal much, but certainly make us wonder what could go awry when everyone is having such a great time. Blink Twice hits theaters on August 23rd. It's been a long wait, but Beetlejuice is finally on the way. The original 1988 hit mixed horror with dark comedy and Tim Burton's signature style, giving Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton career-defining roles. The film spawned an animated series, video games, and even a Broadway musical. In 2011, Seth Grahame-Smith was brought on to write the sequel, but the project hit a snag. Tim Burton hinted at directing in 2016, but nothing materialized. Then in 2017, Mike Vukadinovich was hired to rewrite the script. By March 2022, Brad Pitt's Plan B Entertainment was reportedly leading the production, with Keaton and Ryder set to reprise their roles as Beetlejuice and Lydia. Beetlejuice is scheduled for release on September 6, 2024. Although the SAG-AFTRA strike caused a temporary delay, it's not yet clear if this will push back the release. The film was initially set to open alongside the new Blade movie, but that's been rescheduled. At San Diego Comic-Con earlier today, Paramount Pictures unveiled the epic new trailer and poster for Transformers 1. The big news from Hall H, Steve Buscemi is set to voice Starscream, John Hamm will take on the role of Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne will play Alpha Trion. The crowd went wild when it was announced that Transformers 1 will have no human characters. Finally! The excitement around this prequel is building, and social media reactions are buzzing with positivity. Despite some initial skepticism about the all-star cast, Chris Hemsworth reassured fans that he sees Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime as iconic and isn't trying to mimic him. This Folie CG animated film dives into the untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, exploring their past as friends who once shaped the fate of Cybertron. Directed by Josh Cooley and featuring a star-studded cast including Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry, Scarlett Johansson, and Keegan-Michael Key, Transformers 1 is set to hit theaters on September 20th. Released in 2022, the Danish horror film Speak No Evil tells the chilling tale of two families who meet at a wedding and decide to go on a weekend getaway together, only for things to take a disturbing turn. Its bold explorations of the risks of trusting strangers and its controversial dark ending sparked heated debates about the boundaries of horror. Now, with James Watkins directing the American remake and Blumhouse Productions backing the project, there's a lot of excitement about how this version might enhance the original's premise. The casting of James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis in lead roles adds to the buzz, as their knack for handling complex, intense characters could bring a new depth to the story. The challenge will be staying true to what made the Danish film so gripping. American remakes of international horror films often struggle to capture the same raw, unfiltered edge. As production moves forward, fans are eager to see if the new Speak No Evil can live up to, or even surpass, the original's unsettling impact. It's set to hit theaters on September 13th, 2024. Dave Bautista is gearing up for another action-packed comedy with The Killer's Game. Following his work on My Spy, The Eternal City, this film, directed by J.J. Perry of Day Shift fame, centers on a hitman who orders a hit on himself after receiving a fatal diagnosis. But when he learns the diagnosis was a mistake, he must fend off a barrage of other assassins. The movie is based on Jay Bonansinga's 1997 novel of the same name, the same author who co-wrote the Walking Dead spin-off novels with Robert Kirkman. After being in development since the mid-90s, The Killer's Game is finally hitting theaters in September 2024. The film boasts a stellar cast, including Ben Kingsley, Sophia Boutella, Terry Crews, Scott Adkins, and Bautista's fellow WWE star, Drew McIntyre. Fans will also see Pom Klementieff, his MCU co-star from Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2, making a return. DreamWorks Animation has been on a roll lately, and we got a sneak peek at their upcoming film, The Wild Robot. It's set to be their second film of 2024, following the huge success of Kung Fu Panda 4. With DreamWorks celebrating its 30th anniversary, expectations are sky high. The film is directed by a legendary animator and features a star-studded cast. We got to see the first 10 minutes of The Wild Robot, plus an extended clip where Roz tries to teach Brightbill how to fly so he can join the migrating geese. It's a tough task, but Roz gets some help from the clever fox Fink, the nurturing possum Pinktail, voiced by Catherine O'Hara, and the friendly goose leader Longneck, voiced by Bill Nighy. Roz manages to prepare Brightbill for migration, but she struggles with letting go of her dear friend. The Wild Robot is set to hit theaters on September 27, 2024. The trailer for Todd Phillips' Joker, Folie Deux, is finally out, and it stars Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix as Harley Quinn and the Joker. This sequel dives into the intense relationship between the two iconic characters while they're in Arkham Asylum. Harley Quinn, who was first introduced in Batman the Animated Series, was originally brought to live action by Margot Robbie. The first Joker film made history as the first R-rated movie to earn over $1 billion worldwide, and scored 11 Oscar nominations, with Joaquin Phoenix winning Best Actor and Hildur Guðnadóttir taking home Best Original Score. Joker Folie Deux, which means Madness for Two, is set to hit theaters on October 4th, 2024, right after its premiere at the Venice Film Festival. Lionsgate just dropped the first trailer for Flight Risk, a suspenseful thriller directed by Mel Gibson and starring Mark Wahlberg. The film is hitting theaters on October 18th. In Flight Risk, Wahlberg plays a pilot who's transporting an air marshal, played by Michelle Dockery. The air marshal is tasked with escorting a fugitive, portrayed by Topher Grace, to trial. As they journey through the Alaskan wilderness, the tension builds, and trust among the characters is tested. It quickly becomes clear that not everyone on board is who they seem. Flight Risk will face some stiff competition at the box office. Alongside its release, Searchlight Pictures' A Real Pain, directed by and starring Jesse Eisenberg with Kieran Culkin, will debut. It's also up against Paramount Pictures' horror sequel, Smile 2, and an unnamed film from Universal Pictures. Parker Finn is back with Smile 2, and this time Naomi Scott is taking the lead. The sequel to the 2022 hit shifts the focus to Sky Riley, a pop singer who starts experiencing disturbing and inexplicable events while on her world tour. As Sky Riley kicks off her global tour, she's plagued by terrifying occurrences that seem to escalate with her fame. Struggling to cope with the mounting horrors and the pressures of stardom, Sky must confront her dark past to regain control before everything unravels. Paramount gave the green light to Smile 2 in April 2023 at CinemaCon, and it's already in pre-production. Finn also signed a first-look deal with Paramount for several other horror projects, though details on those are still under wraps. Smile 2 is set to hit theaters on October 18, 2024. After a few delays, Venom: The Last Dance is officially set to hit theaters on October 25, 2024. Along with the release date, we also got our first look at the trailer and an official synopsis. The film follows Eddie and Venom as they're on the run, hunted by enemies from both their worlds. With their options running out, they face a heartbreaking choice that will mark the end of their story. This picks up from where Venom: Let There Be Carnage left off, with Eddie now a fugitive. Fans are still wondering if Venom will finally clash with Spider-Man, but it seems unlikely for this installment. Although Eddie/Venom briefly visited the MCU in No Way Home, he was back in his own universe by the end. However, with the multiverse now a factor in the MCU and Morbius having its own crossover, you never know what might happen. So, which release are you most excited for? Let us know in the comments below.